21st century to survive as a एकदम independent artist?
It's always been difficult. I would just still say that, you know, late 90s when we came out and 2000s, early 2000s, it was better because you were not really competing with so-called film artists. एक घर में फोन होता था, हम लोग सबके सब शेयर करते थे और ये रेस होती थी मेरी बहन और मेरे बीच में, जब रिंग होता है कौन पहले जाके फोन उठाएगा। और इतना अच्छा हुआ करता था कि मैं फिर से अपने बारे में और अपने बहन के बारे में बात करूँ कि हम लोग कहीं भी जा सकते थे पैदल चलते हुए। There was no fear. There was not so many cases of cancer or heart attacks. You know, अभी तो मैं सुन रहा हूँ, you know, people in the 30s are getting heart attacks. There was something very pure about that time, and I feel what the purity of that time was that, you know, एक तो हमारे पास information बहुत कम थी। अभी हाँ सच बात है, अभी कुछ भी पता करना है गूगल, सब लोग डॉक्टर हैं, सब लोग इंजीनियर हैं, यू कैन मेक अ बॉम्ब गोइंग टू। तो 280 नंबर या 281 नंबर वो बस मिलती थी लेडी अर्बन कॉलेज से, और लेडी अर्बन कॉलेज जाने के और भी इंटरेस्ट थे तो
have you traveled in the Delhi Metro?
Yes, of course.
But you are a big celebrity now. I doubt
no,
ऐसे Delhi Metro में जाओगे और stampede नहीं होगा।
ये पैंडेमिक ने बहुत एक फायदा कर दिया है, the mask.
अच्छा उसके बाद गए हो आप?
Yes. In fact, we shot something on a metro also. I mean, I hope the metro guys are not watching it. It's illegal. So we shot something on the metro, and we took a metro which is Purple Line or something, which runs in Noida. In fact, I come from a family जहाँ पे 17 generations have been doctors.
Yeah.
And 17 generations have been musicians also. सब गाते थे। तो मैं अपनी फैमिली को सबको ये बताता हूँ, मैं अपनी फैमिली का सबसे खराब डॉक्टर हूँ और सबसे खराब सिंगर भी हूँ। मेरे पैर बहुत जगह।
क्या बात है? बट आई गेस सबसे पॉपुलर सिंगर आप हो।
वो टाइम बदल गया ना यार, अब तो you understand, no? I mean,
but you learned शास्त्रीय संगीत and everything? Nothing.
हमारे घर में सबके सब self taught। मैं एक चीज मैं फिर से बताना चाहता हूँ, I'm the most self critical person in the world।
वो टिपिकल बंगाली ट्रेट है। वो बंगाली आदमी दूसरे को तो बोलेगा ही बोलेगा, लेकिन खुद को ज्यादा क्रिटिसाइज करेगा। नहीं, हाउ कैन आई बेटर इट? सो नहीं।
So I guess you're right। अपने आप को बहुत ज्यादा अपने आप से बात करता हूँ।
But वो अच्छी चीज है, right?
Of course, a good thing, and never satisfied with my own work. I grew up with Elvis Presley. The man is right behind you.
Yeah.
So Elvis Presley, he gave me 4 gold records of Elvis when I was in class 7, and he said, you know, inko suno, listen to him. So I heard him. Then I heard Harry Belafonte, Jim Reeves. I want to go and see an AC/DC concert. मैंने कभी देखा नहीं है. It's one of my cherished dreams. अगर हो पाएगा तो जरूर देखूंगा. I took him in my lap and I saw his face and I said, my dad is back. And I think that will always remain the happiest memory, happiest moment of my life. Most inane conversations in the history of mankind. And if somebody records those, conversations, we'll be banned from every circle in this world, including our own homes.
कभी आपने ऐसा सोचा कि मेडिसिन वापस से प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं या?
मैं करता हूँ ना, this is my clinic.
अभी भी लाइक लोग आके बोलते हैं कि डॉक्टर साहब, हाँ, पर्ची में लिख दीजिए ये तकलीफ हुई है।
हाँ, लोग आते भी हैं। कोविड के टाइम में तो बहुत आए। एंड बस ये फर्क ये है कि पहले दिखाने आते थे, अब देखने आते हैं।
Who wrote महफूज? I really want to know.
I wrote महफूज।
Like इतना दर्द, इतना प्यार, ये कैसे आया?
That is actually is for my dad. This song is for my dad. Because see, बहुत साल बहुत रोया अभी, और फिर समझा कि यार अरे मैं इतना रोता हूँ, but he is तो with me only. Because इतने सारे लोग मुझे देखते हैं, अरे आप तो बिल्कुल डॉक्टर साहब के, मेरे पापा को सब लोग डॉक्टर साहब बुलाते हैं, आप बिल्कुल डॉक्टर साहब की तरह बात करते हो, आप ये करते हो। तो then you understand that, you know, every child actually carries the entire gene pool of his parents. So how can the parents be away from him?
When was the last time you laughed so much that you cried?
Oh God! I think every day, यार.
Seriously?
Every day.
इतना ज़्यादा?
Yeah. कोई ना कोई फट्टा आ जाता है कहीं से, आलोक से आ जाता है, और my daughter will say something funny. कुछ funny हो जाता है. आलोकी सबको बोल दे कि oh no, I don't know how to play it.
The same, अरे simple है. Good shit. So this is GCENA. That is C.
अच्छा, this one you said ना?
हाँ. This is C.
Wow. Check 1, 2. Check.
Hello. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Aabir Lahiry. This is ABP Live. कई बार ना कई लोगों से बात करने का आपका इन जनरल इतना ज़्यादा मन इसलिए करता है बिकॉज यू हैव ऑलवेज बीन अ फैन एंड you've grown up listening to these songs. वो आज भी कभी हाउस पार्टीज होती है तो आप उन गानों को सुनते हो. अंताक्षरी में हमेशा वही गाने आते हैं. एंड आई एम privileged to share the screen with the lovely, the wonderful Dr. Palash Sen. How are you?
I'm great and I'm so happy to be here with Aabir. I've met him before and I'm meeting him again. We first met in a different setup in a different corporate house.
True.
Now we're meeting in a different corporate house.
At a radio studio, and now at your studio.
Yeah, and I'm so happy that he was a fan then, he's a fan now. So good.
I remember I did a sound check for you, and you were like, wow, ये sound check हुआ है. So nostalgia थोड़ा थोड़ा आ रहा है. अच्छा, how should I address you? As I should address you as Dr. Sen, Palash, or Palash Sen?
Arey, call me anything you want. Yeah, call me Palash. Yeah.
What do your friends call you?
Polly.
Polly, अच्छा ठीक है.
Everybody calls me Polly. And then Alok's my managers, age group people, everybody calls me Dada. So you call me Polly. I'm good with that.
Okay. मतलब थोड़ा बहुत मैं बंगाली भी हूँ तो वो दादा भी in general कभी flow हो जाएगा. My first question to you is like, let's start with your journey. You were born in Delhi. यहाँ से सब कुछ start
No, I was born in Lucknow.
अच्छा, you were born in Lucknow.
Because my parents went to KGMC Medical College.
Okay.
And वहाँ पर ही they fell in love and they got married. So my mother is a Dogra from Jammu and my father is a Bengali from Banaras.
अरे वाह.
So it's an amazing combination. But they both met in Lucknow. नवाबों के शहर में मिले, शायराना अंदाज में मिले, and they both fell in love and they got married and I was born in Lucknow. From Lucknow, I went to Banaras as a child. From Banaras, I went to Jammu because my Nana Nani they took care of me for the first 6 years of my life. Then I came to Delhi.
Okay.
So
but you've always been a Delhi boy.
Yeah, I mean मैं actually मुसाफिर हूँ. So बचपन से ही मुसाफिर हूँ. पैदा ही हुआ था मुसाफिरों की तरह और मुसाफिर होते होते मैं दिल्ली में आ गया. And all my education, everything was here. And so Delhi is my hometown. Now it's my home place. और along with that मैं ये भी कहता हूँ कि I'm one of the very very few artists in this country who didn't shift to Bombay.
I know. For
the pursuit of riches and fame or whatever. I never shifted to Bombay for the simple reason that I thought that this is my home and let me keep this as a home. Bombay is an office. Go there, work and come back. And I've kept it like that.
And I'll surely come to this thing as well because ये question मेरे दिमाग में था जरूर कि आप कभी बॉलीवुड में क्यों नहीं गए. वो question पे मैं जरूर आऊँगा.
नहीं, बॉलीवुड में गया था but touch करके वापस आ गया.
हाँ, मतलब I have seen your interviews in the past as well. You have said कि पता नहीं, I was always an independent artist and I thought कि उसी को cherish करना चाहिए.
बिल्कुल because अब तुमने ये आगे पूछा तो मैं अभी बताया था कि बॉलीवुड में there's too much of yes sir, and जो एक बार इंडिपेंडेंस म्यूजिक के रास्ते में चलना शुरू कर देता है, you will know it. Whoever starts walking the path of independent music, उसको ना किसी को yes sir बोलना बहुत मुश्किल है. One and secondly, उससे भी बड़ी बात है कि if an artist cannot express his own emotion, his own thought, तो फिर वो artist क्या है? So अगर आप तुम बैठ के किसी और की स्क्रिप्ट के हिसाब से या किसी और के ईगो के हिसाब से कोई चीज बना रहे हो, it's not that I have anything against. I don't have anything against them. It's just that कि मैं वैसा नहीं हूँ. अगर कोई मुझे कहेगा कि तुम अपने हिसाब से गाना बनाओ, मैं जरूर बनाऊंगा.
But is it very difficult in the 21st century to survive as a एकदम independent artist?
It is. It's always been difficult. I would just still say that late 90s when we came out and 2000s, early 2000s, it was better because you were not really competing with so-called film artists. You were a completely different genre, and film artists were not concentrating on live gigs any which way. Actually, live gig का सीन हम ही लोगों ने शुरू किया.
Right.
That is where the live thing came in. कि हाँ ये चीजें होती है. उसके पहले जो लाइव गिग वाज किशोर कुमार, लता मंगेशकर, मुकेश जी जो कि किताब पकड़ के गाते हैं.
वो more orchestra type.
Not किशोर दा on stage was fire. उनको देख के हम लोग सीखे हैं. But other people it was a very calm show and exactly what you said. Orchestra होता था and an artist was just supposed to stand and sing. It is the performing thing that came in with us. Sonu, Shan, KK. We all the Lucky Bhai. We all brought in the new era. कि भाई इस तरह से म्यूजिक हो सकता है. और ये तो सारे मुझसे सीनियर थे. I was the last one to come in. But what I brought in and with my band, what we brought in was the band culture. So if you see now, all artists, whether they are film artists or not, they all are using bands. Guitar players are playing. You just showed me the ukulele.
Yeah.
So guitar players are playing, bass players are playing, keyboards, drums, everything. But that came in with Euphoria. So that is, it's always been difficult. But मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि अगर आप अपने पथ पे चलते रहे और सच्चाई के साथ चलते रहे and be brave, I mean, it's going to work out. Universe is here to help all of us to, work and earn. And if you don't have greed, that's fine. Because if you have greed, then you'll keep on thinking, मुझे इससे ज़्यादा मिल सकता है, ज़्यादा मिल सकता है, ज़्यादा मिल सकता है. But अगर आपका यही पाथ है ज़िंदगी में कि मैं कितना अच्छा कर सकता हूँ अपने लिए और उन लोगों के लिए जो मेरे लिए केयर करते हैं, then there's no greed and the universe will take care.
सही है, बढ़िया. चलिए वापस आते हैं जर्नी पे. दिल्ली में कैसा था बचपन? मतलब लाइक कौन सी गलियों में आप पले बड़े, कहाँ पे मार्केट, उस टाइम का मार्केट भी अलग होगा, पूरी दिल्ली की सड़कें अलग थी.
Yeah, I mean, I was growing up in the 70s and as a child and I was going to St. Columbus School. मैं वहाँ जाता था और मेरे घर के बहुत पास था और इतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड ज़माना नहीं था जो अब है. एक घर में फ़ोन होता था, हम लोग सबके सब शेयर करते थे और ये रेस होती थी मेरी बहन और मेरे बीच में, जब रिंग होता है कौन पहले जाके फ़ोन उठाएगा। मुझे अभी तक अपना नंबर याद है 320272, दैट वाज माय नंबर। हाँ, so
your younger sister,
my younger sister Dalia.
I guess we interviewed her a few days back for a book.
You are very close.
Yeah. We have interviewed her for a podcast few days back for a book.
So you can imagine. Dalia writes, and she's a Kathak dancer, and she's a lawyer.
Yeah.
And she's a writer also, as a lyric writer. You know, she's written a song called Aana Meri Gali. Dalia's written it. Or the first Hindi song we ever did, Dalia.
Kabhi Aana Tu Meri Gali was written by,
wow. She's written it.
Wow.
So, but yeah, ab to she's become a successful author. So yeah, she's doing that also. So हमारे बीच में रेस होती थी जाके फोन कौन उठाएगा, और इतना अच्छा हुआ करता था कि मैं फिर से अपने बारे में और अपने बहन के बारे में बात करूँ कि हम लोग कहीं भी जा सकते थे पैदल चलते हुए. There was no fear. हम लोग छोटे छोटे थे. In fact, there was a time when I was, I think, about 7 or 8 years old, and my sister was 6 years old, and we took a train from Delhi to Jammu to my Nanihal, and we went alone. And पापा माँ ने बस हमें यहाँ से चढ़ा दिया, वहाँ पे मेरे मामा जी ने उतार लिया. We went alone. There was no fear in our hearts.
You were 8 and she was 6.
Yes, there was no fear. I'm telling you, Aabir, it was a different time. We were not scared. She used to, as a young girl, she used to walk 5 kilometers every day to go and learn Kathak from Gandharva Mahavidyalaya, which is 5 kilometers from our house in Pachkuya Road. And she used to go and come back in the dark, and there was no problem. ये नहीं कि अब जैसे I sit down and I worry about my children all the time कि यार कहाँ हैं, क्या हुआ, कुछ हो तो नहीं गया. The times are very different. I'm going to give you a small example. अभी 2 दिन पहले ना, I just said कि मैं ना, otherwise I work out here. I said just go and walk in the streets. I went to walk in the streets. I'm telling you, there were 3 times I felt somebody or the other walking very close to me, and I actually had to stop. And in my head I said, maybe it was nothing, but we are living in those times where there is fear. There is fear. And I'm talking about, that time, and in the 70s and early 80s, there was no fear.
No pollution.
No pollution. There was
no vehicles.
Nobody spoke about pollution. Nobody spoke about
blood pressure. You're a doctor. No blood pressure, no sugar. I guess nothing.
There was nothing, and there was not so many cases of cancer or heart attacks. Abhi to main sun raha hu, people in the 30s are getting heart attacks. There was something very pure about that time, and I feel what the purity of that time was that एक तो हमारे पास information बहुत कम थी. अभी हाँ सच बात है, अभी कुछ भी पता करना है गूगल, सब लोग डॉक्टर हैं, सब लोग इंजीनियर हैं. You can make a bomb going on to Google. One is that. Secondly, I think there's the aspirations, the greed has increased a lot. तो उसके लिए क्या हो गया कि people really have no principles anymore. जो principles के साथ जीता है उसको लोग कहते हैं ये बेवकूफ इंसान है. So that time was different. Everybody was living in principles. And times were such that इतनी भीड़ नहीं थी, इतने लोगों के पास गाड़ी नहीं थी, इतने vehicles नहीं थे, ऑटो नहीं थे, कुछ मतलब इट वाज वेरी एम्प्टी. समटाइम्स वी यूज्ड टू कंप्लेन, अरे यार 20-20 मिनट में, 30-30 मिनट में गाड़ी आती है, बस आती है. आई डोंट नो इफ यू नो, देयर यूज्ड टू बी ब्लू लाइन, ग्रीन लाइन, रेड लाइन, ये सब चलते थे. और हम लोग वंडर करते, जैसे व्हेन आई स्टार्ट गोइंग टू कॉलेज, व्हिच वाज यूनिवर्सिटी कॉलेज ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेस इन शादरा, देयर यूज्ड टू बी वन बस दैट यूज्ड टू टेक अस इन द मॉर्निंग.
वो मिस तो गया पूरा दिन,
वो मिस होगी तो गए. तो 280 नंबर या 281 नंबर वो बस मिलती थी लेडी अर्बन कॉलेज से. और लेडी अर्बन कॉलेज जाने के और भी इंटरेस्ट थे, तो so वहाँ जाके I still remember my dad used to drop me to that bus stop, and I used to take a bus from there, and then we used to get that back. So if you miss that bus, you're gone. And the evening we knew that ऐसे 5 बजे एक बस चाहिए, and we used to run from our class and just get that bus and come back to CP. Times were simple, times were difficult also, but they were not as complicated. अब सब कुछ आसान हो गया, but सब कुछ मुश्किल हो गया. So that's
have you traveled in the Delhi Metro?
Yes, of course.
But you are a big celebrity now. I doubt कि ऐसे Delhi Metro में जाओगे और stampede नहीं होगा.
ये pandemic ने बहुत एक फायदा हो गया कर दिया, the mask.
अच्छा उसके बाद गए हो आप?
Yes. In fact, we shot something on a metro also. I mean, I hope the metro guys are not watching it. It's illegal. So we shot something on the metro, and we took a metro which is Purple Line or something, which runs in Noida.
Purple? Aqua Line?
I don't know. One of those
Blue
things.
Line is in Noida and Aqua Line.
So we were shooting in Noida. So we took the train. The whole band took the train between 2 stations in Noida, and we shot a bit of the video there. And it was completely empty. The whole train was empty. But मुझे बहुत चस्का चढ़ गया कि ये बहुत है. तो अब हमारी एक चलती है यहाँ से
Nehru Place,
GK2 से चलती है. So one day after the pandemic, I got to know कि ये बहुत ही खाली जगह है. आप यहाँ से आप लेके आगे जा सकते हैं. मैं कहा ठीक है. So I took the train with the mask. And it was empty. And I think it was a great experience and I was so proud of my country. देखो हमने ये सब चीजें अचीव कर ली हैं. You know, ये सब चीजें अचीव कर. और एक और चीज देखी कि जो भी लोग थे, they were all behaving themselves. कि किस तरह से इसको हैंडल करना है. I think there's an inherent pride in every Indian right now कि हमने जो चीजें अचीव की हैं, इसको थोड़ा ढंग से रखते हैं. रास्ते में लोगों को ऐसा नहीं है, मतलब अभी थूकना चल रहा होता है, ये सब वो सब चल रहा है.
But Delhi Metro is a unique example. क्या सुंदर maintained है, neat and clean, सब इज्जत से जाते हैं.
नहीं, I mean the other places, I mean I will say all the airports are beautiful right now. सारे के सारे बहुत अच्छे हैं. मैं कहीं भी जा रहा हूँ, जब malls देखो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बहुत अच्छा बन गया. It's just that कि हमारे यहाँ पे इतने लोग हैं, सबको थोड़ा सा educate करने में थोड़ा टाइम तो लगेगा. But I'm very proud of everything we've achieved. But again, as I said, हम लोग अचीव करते जा रहे हैं. But as people, maybe we're losing a lot of things. हम लोग caring lose कर रहे हैं. लोगों के लिए प्यार लूज कर रहे हैं. एक इनहेरेंट हैप्पीनेस होती है. I mean, how come when we have everything, there are so many cases of mental health? We have everything right now. हमारे पास सब कुछ है, सबके पास इतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं, तब भी सबसे ज्यादा मेंटल हेल्थ उन लोगों के पास उनको हो रही है जिनके पास शायद सब कुछ है. You know, so it's strange. So I come from a time where these issues were not there, and we lived a very pure life, simple life, happy life.
Wow, nostalgia. कभी-कभार ऐसा होता है कि
तो शायद तभी गाने भी खुश-खुश निकलते हैं.
हाँ, true.
वो वही जिंदगी जी है.
True.
हाँ, क्या
तो फिर बचपन था कैसा, मतलब क्या घर में क्या म्यूजिक चलता था? Because I guess सबसे ज्यादा.
Oh, my dad, यार, my dad was a great musician. मैं in fact I come from a family जहाँ पे 17 generations have been doctors.
Yeah.
And 17 generations have been musicians also. सब गाते थे. तो मैं अपनी फैमिली को सबको ये बताता हूँ, मैं अपनी फैमिली का सबसे खराब डॉक्टर हूँ और सबसे खराब सिंगर भी हूँ. मेरे पैर बहुत जगह. क्या
बात है? बट आई गेस सबसे पॉपुलर सिंगर आप हो.
वो टाइम बदल गया ना यार, अब तो यू अंडरस्टैंड. नो, आई मीन
बट यू लर्नड शास्त्रीय संगीत एंड एवरीथिंग? नथिंग.
हमारे घर में सबके सब सेल्फ टॉट, ऊपर से नीचे किसी ने नहीं सीखा. वो एक होता है ना कि मैं ये अगेन, Aabir, you'll know it, you're a musician yourself. If you don't have the talent, nobody can teach you.
True. Huh.
If you have the talent, you get better at it.
A teacher can only build a curiosity. Yes. Rest आपका खुद का है.
मतलब आपके अंदर नहीं है तो नहीं है. अब जैसे you know the way you are speaking, you have a very nice way of speaking. तुम hesitate नहीं करते हो. You got good command on your language. ये कोई सिखा नहीं सकता. ये आता है. You are obviously good with languages. Obviously good at public speaking. And there's so many people who have a talent for dancing. Like my sister has a talent for dancing. Nobody can teach it. You can better it, but sense of rhythm होना पड़ेगा. Same thing is with the music also. You know, nobody can teach you. So I never went to anybody. पापा को देखा, पापा ने जिस म्यूजिशियन को बोला उसको देखा, उसको सुना. और एक चीज मेरे डैड ने बोली थी, which was very interesting. He says that, you know, when you like a song, when you like a singer, try to sing with that singer. Get the same pitch, same scale, sing with a singer, and you'll know कि वो कैसे गा रहा है, and you'll automatically develop a technique. So अब बहुत सारे लोग हैं अभी जो मुझे कहते हैं कि आप बहुत फर्क गाते हो. इसलिए फर्क गाता हूँ क्योंकि मैंने कहीं से सीखा नहीं है. ये जो भी है सेल्फ टॉट है. कुछ लोगों को अच्छा लगेगा, कुछ लोगों को इतना अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, बट मेरा है.
हाँ, मतलब as long as it makes you happy, क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है?
No, as long as it gets a message across.
हाँ, agreed. True. And आप खुश हो, मतलब I guess हर म्यूजिशियन का ड्रीम यही होता है ना कि खुद को खुशी पहले मिले, फिर बाद में बांटते हैं आराम से.
नहीं यार, मेरा ना उल्टा है. अच्छा. मैं पहले लोगों को खुश करना चाहता हूँ.
गाने से.
Yeah, everybody should be happy. I mean, there is a reason I'm on this planet.
True.
और मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जितने भी musicians जिनको भगवान ने पैदा किया, they actually know what they're here for. They're actually here to spread happiness. So if people are happy, I'm happy. It is like that. But और उसका कोई नंबर नहीं है. एक इंसान भी खुश होगा तो मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा. 500 खुश होंगे, 1000 खुश होंगे, 10,000 खुश होंगे, obviously खुशी है. But एक भी खुश होकर कोई ताली मार देगा और स्माइल करेगा, मुझे लगेगा I have made a difference to this person's life. Obviously, I'm adding value. So मुझे वो चीज अच्छी थी, फिर मैं खुश हो जाऊंगा. हाँ, मैं एक चीज मैं फिर से बताना चाहता हूँ. I'm the most self-critical person in the world.
होना चाहिए. वो टिपिकल बंगाली ट्रेट है. वो बंगाली आदमी दूसरे को तो बोलेगा ही बोलेगा, लेकिन खुद को ज्यादा क्रिटिसाइज करेगा. नहीं, how can I better it? So नहीं. So yeah,
so I guess you're right. अपने आप को बहुत ज्यादा अपने आप से बात करता हूँ.
But वो अच्छी चीज है, right?
It's a good thing. Of course, a good thing, and never satisfied with my own work. And I keep telling my kids that once a song is made, Aabir, I never go back to it. because if I go back to it, मेरा दिमाग ना भेजा शोर करेगा, फिर मुझे गोली मारनी पड़ेगी।
गलत ट्रैक लगा दिया,
हाँ,
यहाँ पे ये होना चाहिए
था, ये वर्ड क्यों बोल दिया मैंने यार, यहाँ पे ये नोट करना चाहिए था। Never go back. So
makes complete sense. So what kind of music was in the house? Like he was listening to Kishore Kumar, you were listening to Kishore Kumar, or
no, he was listening to everybody. He was listening to Ravindra Sangeet. He was listening to Nozul Giti. He was listening to everything. It was a musically rich family, you know. So we were listening. He was listening to film music. He was listening to non-film music. There were people like Habib Painter, Noor Jahan, Mehdi Hassan Saab. So he was listening to all this stuff, who were taking out albums at that time also. And there used to be a lot of film albums, obviously, but there used to be a lot of non-film albums also. And then he was listening to English music. You know, I grew up with Elvis Presley. The man is right behind you. So Elvis Presley, he gave me 4 gold records of Elvis when I was in class 7, and he said, inko suno, listen to him. So I heard him. Then I heard Harry Belafonte, Jim Reeves. You can name it. I heard everybody. Beatles, Cliff Richards. He made me hear all kinds of music that was available. You know, Bob Dylan, The Who, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. I heard everything. And he took me part by part. Like first he made me hear the softer stuff, the rock and roll stuff, and then he took me to rock. And then I kept on progressing. So
metal nahi tha us time pe, right?
Metal tha, but I don't think he heard metal. So hum log, like the heaviest I was hearing was Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple. But वो सुना हुआ है और वो सब सीखा हुआ है. The Who सुन रहा था, Dawes सुन रहा था, तो मैं ये सब चीजें सीख रहा था. I was learning all this, and all thanks to my dad. And it was not like कि बैठो ये सुनो. No, ये गाने हैं Polly, सुनो. So, in fact, if you open the cabinet and if you see the walls, they're all the records I used to have.
Yeah. I was fascinated to see Elvis Presley, Beatles,
everything. So this is the music I grew up with. So this all kinds of music.
Any favorite song from that era? Like जो एकदम लगता है कि बचपन का ये गाना तो डिफाइन ही करता है. मतलब ये गाना मैं सबसे ज़्यादा सुना है. Maybe Elvis, maybe from.
Too many songs by Elvis, but there was a song called "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" I used to hear that a lot. और हिंदी में किशोर साहब का एक गाना था मुसाफिर हूँ यारो. So I used to listen to it a lot. So now we laugh about it. My sister says कि तुम कभी भी दुखी गाने नहीं सुनते थे, बट तुम्हारे सबसे फेवरेट गाने दुखी थे. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? तो ऐसा नहीं यार, मुसाफिर हूँ यारो is not a दुखी song. It's a deep song.
Yeah, it's a deep song.
So and she used to say, no, I never like that song. But
मुसाफिर song, it's not a happy song, right? मुसाफिर हूँ यारो.
I don't know. See, गुलजार साहब का सब कुछ ही दुखी लगता है.
ये भी सही है.
So yeah, but I used to enjoy that kind of music, and पर हर तरह का म्यूजिक सुना हुआ है अभी, हर तरह का म्यूजिक. मतलब ऐसा मैं बोल भी सकता कि मैंने ये म्यूजिक नहीं सुना है. और जब थोड़ा बड़ा हुआ, कॉलेज आया, तो मेरे दोस्त थे जिनके साथ मैंने यूफोरिया बनाया था, उन्होंने then they put me onto the modern music of that time. Poison, Warrant. The music.
They brought their wisdom music.
Yeah. So the 90s music, Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots. So ये सब सुनना शुरू, alternative music सुनना शुरू किया, Pearl Jam. तो ये सब चीजें फिर मैंने सुनी. तो मैंने सब कुछ सुना है, और I think to date I try to keep listening to music. मैं सुनता रहता हूँ. अब तो इतना ज़्यादा म्यूजिक है.
What are you listening to? Like, what are you hooked on to these days?
Oh God, what am I hooked on to?
English, Hindi, बांग्ला, तमिल, तेलुगु, कोई भी लैंग्वेज, कुछ भी चलेगा.
नहीं, सब कुछ मैं सुनता तो सभी कुछ हूँ. जो भी मैं सुन पाता हूँ मैं सुनता हूँ. मैं immediately तुम्हें ऐसा नहीं बता पाऊंगा, but yes, I'm enjoying a lot of music by a lot of the new people who are coming in. Like people like John Mayer is not that new, but I listen to a lot of John Mayer. I listen to a lot of Ed Sheeran. I listen to Coldplay. I listen to Arctic Monkeys. Then these guys just came in, Imagine Dragons. So I listen to all these people. मैं सुनता सभी कुछ हूँ, but my go-to music is always going to be classic rock and classic music. So जब सब कुछ हो जाता है, then I go back to that.
But do you sometimes feel कि यार अब तो मतलब you are a star, कभी अगर ऐसे मौका मिले किसी आर्टिस्ट को जाके लाइव देखने का, वो अब पॉसिबल नहीं होता obviously because you are of that stature की पब्लिक में जाना उतना
जब भी मुझे कोई ये कहता है कि you are a star, तो मुझे बहुत अजीब लगता है.
अरे ये आपकी humbleness है.
नहीं यार, मुझे अभी भी बहुत अजीब लगता है because I don't know. Anyway, so do I go and watch other people's show? तो मैं I'll tell you honestly why I don't go and watch other people's show. It has not got to do with the crowds or whatever. I think it's got more to do with my listening. मुझे लगता है कि इतना loud, मुझे पता है it's very loud music. And if I go to a concert, मुझे अपना पता है कि how much damage I do to my ears in my own singing with मैं पागलों से गाता हूँ. तो अगर मैं किसी और के concert में जाकर सामने खड़ा हो जाऊँगा, it's going to affect my hearing. तो that is the only reason I don't. But yes, if I get an opportunity of hearing somebody, like for example, I want to go and see an AC/DC concert. मैंने कभी देखा नहीं है. It's one of my cherished dreams. अगर हो पाएगा तो जरूर देखूंगा 100%.
मुझे बॉब डिलन दिखवा दो एक बार प्लीज.
Oh God, and I think he's still gigging.
Yeah,
I think he's still gigging. So हाँ, so इस तरह के लोग अगर मैं कहीं देख पाऊंगा, I will definitely go to watch. In India, the only festival music I hear is the ones where we are playing. So I'm standing backstage and hearing. Like few days back, we did something in Bombay, and there was some great bands playing. One was a band called When Chai Met Toast.
Oh,
I heard them.
Band.
Yeah, I heard them. It was really nice. And there were 2-3 more. There was one band called Parvaz.
Yes.
उनको सुना मैंने. I really enjoyed it. I heard a little bit of Amit Trivedi standing backstage. Enjoyed it. I keep hearing all these people primarily to also understand कि लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या सोच रहे हैं. मैं बहुत ज़्यादा हिप हॉप भी सुनता हूँ. Yeah, I listen to the Indian hip hop, which is not really hip hop, but जो भी है, it's the language. Yeah, it's the language of the people. लोगों की यही वो language है. There's a boy called EPR, मैं उसको EPR को बहुत सुनता हूँ. There's a guy called King, उसको सुनता हूँ. रफ्तार को सुनता हूँ. So these people I listen to. And
EPR, if I'm not wrong, is the rapper of Underground Authority.
Yes. I really enjoy his music. Now he's doing a lot of stuff on his own also. तो मैं सबको सुनता हूँ. So मैंने कभी भी अपने आप को हर तरह की म्यूजिक से परे नहीं रखा है. I have always been a part of music. I listen to all the music and I enjoy whatever I can get my hands on.
Okay. A lot of people wanted to know and wanted to get inside your brain to know more you as a person. So मैं कुछ ऐसे सवाल पूछूंगा जो हो सकता है आपको लगे कि ये क्या पूछ लिया, but you have the choice to answer or not. If I ask you, which is the happiest moment of your life आज तक का, तो क्या निकलेगा?
When I saw my son's face when he was born, it was the happiest moment of my life. I mean, it was, and I will tell you why it is the happiest moment, because I had a very saddest moment before that when my dad died. My father died when I was very young, and so there was a lot of sadness in the family. So the next really happy moment was when Kinshuk was born, and I took him in my lap and I saw his face and I said, "My dad is back." And I think that will always remain the happiest memory, happiest moment of my life. And yeah, so for so many years, I mean, this has been the happiest moment. But I'm going to tell you something else. So recently, again, it's about my son only. So Kinshuk has. He's just been on stage with Aditya Chopra's musical, which is Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, English adaptation, which has happened in America. Okay. He was one of the leads.
Very cool.
So because he's educated there only, he's from UCLA, and he's there only as an actor. So he was chosen by Aditya Chopra, who didn't know he was my son. Anyway, so he was chosen by him, and he was one of the leads. So अब मैं उसको देखने गया हूँ and San Diego में, and the moment Kinshuk comes on stage, I mean, I had tears in my eyes, and I told him later also, listen, I have never felt anything like this when I have played or I have sung or I've been on stage. What I felt watching you on stage. And he comes in and he does a song, whatever it was. So I think both the happiest moments are connected with him only. The point was when he was born and when I saw him on stage.
Do you part wisdom to him?
I think he gives me more wisdom than I give him.
But you have these dad-son conversations, like the really serious.
So the serious conversations are with my daughter. So she's much younger than Kinshuk. So, but she and I somehow we are very similar people. Kinshuk and I are different, but though he's taken my looks and everything, he looks like me only, sounds like me also. But Kinshuk ke saath, I would say more professional talk,
क्या चल रहा है जिंदगी में.
With Kaina, my daughter, the talks are very deep. They're extremely sometimes very stupid also, but very deep also.
Which is fine. Stupid talks are more deep, I guess.
But the thing is, and I always tell her this, that I can only be stupid with. The only other person I can be stupid with is my manager, Alok. Alok and I have the most inane conversations in the history of mankind. And if somebody records those, conversations, we'll be banned from every circle in this world, including our own homes. So yeah, so Kaina के साथ वैसी बातें होती हैं.
मतलब आपके और आलोक के conversation में भी वो Big Boss का घर वैसा पूरा 24/7 broadcast कर सकते हो.
So it's amazing that he would have called me for some work. तो वर्क की बात नहीं होती है. We talk about everything else but the work, and then we forget. Then he calls back. अरे दादा वो भी बात करनी थी. So it's like that.
Okay. पूरी जिंदगी को डिफाइन करना हो अगर एक गाने में, तो कौन सा गाना होगा?
मैं जिंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया. हर फिक्र को मैं स्मोक तो करता नहीं, पर हर फिक्र को धुएं उड़ाता चला गया.
मतलब आप स्मोक इसलिए नहीं करते क्योंकि डॉक्टर है और सबको प्रीच किया है
नहीं,
कि
मेरे घर में कोई करता भी नहीं था और मुझे अच्छी तरह से पता है कि it's bad. It's bad news. I mean, it kills you. It will kill you. It's the most addictive of all addictions, and it will kill you. So if as a doctor I don't realize that and I don't understand that, तो फिर तो बेवकूफ़ी है. You know.
कभी कभी आपने ऐसा सोचा कि मेडिसिन वापस से प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं या
मैं करता हूँ ना. This is my clinic.
अभी भी
Yeah, yeah.
लाइक लोग आके बोलते हैं कि डॉक्टर साहब
हाँ
पर्ची में लिख दीजिए ये तकलीफ हुई है.
हाँ लोग आते भी हैं. कोविड के टाइम में तो बहुत आए. एंड या बस ये फर्क ये है कि पहले दिखाने आते थे, अब देखने आते हैं.
वाह, ये डीप बात है. कभी दिखाने आते थे, अब देखने आते हैं.
So this is the clinic and this is the clinic. So this is the clinic which is studio, which is that's the clinic which is the clinic.
So cool. I wanted to know more about your musical leaning. Like, have you ever thought of exploring a new genre of music? Like maybe like a classical fusion or maybe like a hardcore rock.
No. I think I'm definitely very keen to do something in rap and hip hop. Yeah, I think I can do it. So that is something I would like to explore. मुझे पता नहीं मैं कितनी अच्छी तरह से कर पाऊंगा क्योंकि जो चीज़ अच्छी तरह कर पाता हूँ वो मैं कर रहा हूँ. बट आई हैव ऑलवेज एक्सपेरिमेंटेड, यू नो. सो देयर इज ऑलवेज बीन, यू नो, गज़ल भी कंपोज की है, कव्वाली भी कंपोज की है, हर तरह का म्यूजिक कंपोज किया है. तो मुझे लगता है कि रैप, इस तरह की चीज़ें भी मैं कर पाऊंगा.
ओके, अभी नए पिटारे से क्या आने वाला है?
So there's a new song we are preparing right now, and it's again a ballad, a love song, and that's going to come out, and I think we should be doing it this month, hopefully.
Okay, we are sitting in February, तो love song है तो मतलब Valentine's के लिए एकदम perfect
जमता है. Valentine's तो हमारे लिए तो हर दिन ही Valentine's है.
मतलब certainly coming from you, certainly हर दिन ही Valentine है क्योंकि जिस हिसाब के love songs आपने दिए हैं.
Exactly. तो वो, I mean, the feeling of love is very important, whether it's for a person, whether it is for your work, whether it's for your country. Love is the most positive of all emotions.
Wow.
Yeah.
यार आप कभी ऐसा टेड वेड देने का, एकदम ऐसा मोटिवेशन स्पीकर, प्यार मोहब्बत लव गुरु बनने का ऐसा कभी सोचा है?
नहीं, वो तो बहुत सारे किए हैं. टेड तो मैंने बहुत सारे किए हैं.
नहीं मतलब लाइक एकदम हार्डकोर लव पे टेड देने का.
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ सोचता नहीं हूँ मैं यार. I just say whatever comes to my heart.
Who wrote महफूज? I really want to know.
I wrote महफूज.
Like इतना दर्द, इतना प्यार, ये कैसे आया?
That is actually is for my dad. This song is for my dad. Because see, बहुत साल बहुत रोया आबिर, और फिर समझा कि यार अरे मैं इतना रोता हूँ बट ही इज तो विद मी ओनली. बिकॉज इतने सारे लोग मुझे देखते हैं, अरे आप तो बिल्कुल डॉक्टर साहब के, मेरे पापा को सब लोग डॉक्टर साहब बुलाते हैं, आप बिल्कुल डॉक्टर साहब की तरह बात करते हो, आप ये करते हो. तो देन यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, यू नो, every child actually carries the entire gene pool of his parents. So how can the parents be away from him or her? Never be.
True. How was the relation? What kind of conversation you used to have with your dad?
Oh, I think, see, we come from times where, you know, the parents were not that open, you know, इतनी बातें नहीं
होती थी.
But तब भी मैं ये कहूँगा कि my dad was my friend. You know, my mother was a disciplinarian. My father was my friend. You know, so there was a problem. Jabki Mairi I've written for my mother because the whole song is about me going and telling my problem to my mother. वो भी होता था. But जैसा मेरे पापा के साथ होता था वैसा नहीं. पापा के साथ तो छोटी सी चीज जाके मैं बता देता था, ये होगी, ये प्रॉब्लम होगी.
But डांट वाट पड़ती थी बचपन में?
हाँ, of course. मैं तो.
And you are a notorious kid, right?
Notorious kid. I was because too inquisitive. मतलब हर चीज पूछनी है, हर चीज करनी है. ये 10 फीट की वॉल है तो कूदना है. अच्छा, अभी सब लोग कह रहे हैं कि अंधेरे में क्रिकेट में खेलूंगा, मुंह पे बॉल लगेगी, लिप्स फट जाएंगे, लेकिन खेलूंगा.
Do you cherish those days? या मन करता कभी ऐसे फटाक से एक बार टाइम मशीन में कोई ले जाए?
मैं अभी भी वैसे ही हूँ.
अभी भी यही करते हो?
मैं जो करना है मैं करूंगा.
When was the last time you laughed so much that you cried?
Oh God, I think every day यार.
Seriously?
Every day.
इतना ज़्यादा?
या कोई ना कोई फट्टा आ जाता है, कहीं से आलोक से आ जाता है, और my daughter will say something funny, या कुछ funny हो जाता है. यार देख, पता क्या है, ये चीज़ I think इनबिल्ट है कि हंसने का बड़ा शौक है मुझे. आई लव लाफिंग, यू नो. जितना रोने का भी शौक है उतना ही हंसने का शौक है. बट लाफ ऐसा करता हूँ तो फिर जमीन पे लेटा होता हूँ. इट इज दैट वे. कोई चीज़ देख ली, कोई मीम देख लिया, कोई समथिंग आई वॉच्ड ऑन टीवी, इट वाज सो फनी.
आप मीम देखते कहाँ हो? मैं तो ये सोच रहा हूँ.
इससे
पूरे दिन में ऐसा चलता है वो एकदम?
सारा दिन तो नहीं, बट हाँ, कोई ना कोई मुझे भेज देता है. यू नो, वन ऑफ द गाइज हु इज वर्किंग विद द बैंड, वो मुझे कोई ना कोई भेज देगा something
अब से मैं भी ऐसे भेजा करूंगा, आप पढ़ो ना पढ़ो ठीक है, अदर्स फोल्डर में आज से 2 साल बाद कभी देखोगे तो
भेजना यार, मैं देखूंगा जरूर देखूंगा।
कुछ इनसेंसिटिव भी हो सकते हैं तो वो मैं पहले से डिस्क्लेमर दे देता हूँ।
Bro, I am insensitive to nothing.
हाँ मतलब just the way you mentioned कि आलोक के साथ जो conversations होते हैं, तो मैं वो समझ सकता हूँ कि सब sensitive तो नहीं
बताया। तो हम लोग अगर मेरे conversations with आलोक are made public, तो जितने भी ये होते हैं ना आजकल जो woke लोग हैं वो तो हमें खत्म कर देंगे। It's over, game over हो जाएगी, उसी दिन game over हो जाएगी।
क्या बात है। On that note, I would love to listen to not a typical Euphoria song, but actually a Bengali song.
Oh, Bengali song on the guitar.
Do you play? Would you mind playing something for us?
Oh, why not? Yeah.
If you have grown up listening to Rovindra Sangeet, I don't mind that as well. And I remember that you have recreated a song called Tomar Ghare Bashut Kore.
No, I sang that song.
Yeah, I know.
Let me get the chords
please.
डी में करता था, चीनी को मैं डी में करता था कि ई में करता था? नो, और मैं भी जी में करता था। डीजे पुश किस में करता था?
I heard a very beautiful rendition of Ami Chimini Go Chini with Lalon Fokir's Bideshini.
Oh.
Like two Bideshini, and both of them, Rabindranath Tagore and Lalon Shah, both have two very different versions of Bideshini. Somebody says ki Bideshini, you never come, and the other says you should come.
You should come. Oh, okay.
This is recreated by, I guess, Kaushik Chakravarti, Prithvi, the band from Kolkata. He recreated this song with Lalon Fokir and Rabindranath Tagore.
Oh.
Very different kind of a song.
So this is my favorite song of all time.
Ami Chini Go Chini.
Actually मैं स्टेज पे गिटार नहीं बजाता ना, इसलिए।
But you listen to Bangla songs? Abhi bhi?
I listen to a lot of Fossils. I listen to
E minor, C, D, G.
Huh?
G, E minor.
नहीं यार ये नहीं है। यही है ना? चलो करते हैं। So now that I've got the chords, this is my favorite song. So somebody asked me a few days back that if you had, so I don't know why people have started asking me questions. It's these kind of
Ajeebo-gharib questions.
Incisive questions. So somebody asked me that if you knew that you only had one song to sing in this world, and you can't say any more songs. That's the only song to sing. Which one would you sing? So
and this is a song. Why so? I want to really know why so.
I think it's one of the most beautiful songs ever created. The composition, and one very big thing about Rabindranath Tagore is that once you get the tune and you get the words, you can't stop. It will flow. It will flow. You won't have difficulty in remembering the words or the tune. It will flow, and I don't know how he did it.
आपके गाने में सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज आपको क्या लगती है एज अ ऑडियंस? लिरिक्स, म्यूजिक या सिंगर या लाइक वोकल्स?
No, first is definitely the music. What is the tune? Okay. Tune always connects. Lyrics, usually people only remember one word or one line. Hook. They'll only remember that. But
for you,
for me, I mean, I would say again, the tune. The tune is the most important. आमी चीनी गो चीनी तोमारे ओ गो विदेशिनी आमी चीनी गो चीनी तोमारे ओ गो विदेशिनी तुमी थाको सिंधु पारे तुमी थाको सिंधु पारे ओ गो विदेशिनी सब कॉर्ड्स हैं फिर से कहूँगा मैं
नहीं कोई इशू नहीं है बट इट साउंड्स सो अमेजिंग
जस्ट हैंग ऑन आमी चीनी गो चीनी तुम्हारे ओ गो विदेशिनी नो 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 लिरिक्स गलत है ब्रो ये कॉर्ड्स गलत हैं या फिर मैं नीचे गा रहा हूँ आमी चीनी गो चीनी तुम्हारे ओ गो विदेशिनी आमी चीनी गो चीनी तुम्हारे ओ गो विदेशिनी तुमी थाको सिंधु पारे तुमी थाको सिंधु पारे नहीं यार नीचे मेरे लिए बहुत नीचे
हो जाएगा
पूरा एक वो मोशन है ना एक्चुअली
मुझे लगता है मैं डी में करता था if I'm not wrong
व्हेन यू स्टार्ट सिंगिंग आप किस स्केल में गाते थे
हर स्केल में गाता था
बट मतलब इन जनरल जो कंफर्ट स्केल होता है जैसे इंसान सी शार्प में गाता है जब स्टार्ट करता है धीरे धीरे नहीं
कभी सोचा नहीं है मैं प्राइमरली या ए में गाता हूँ या ए में गाता हूँ और तीसरा डी में गाता हूँ somehow I think these are chords I can play easily on the guitar that's why
that's a trick
no bro why how can I not know the chords I'm just trying to think yeah
this is more like
the performance pressure ये chords से किसे बताया
तीनों ने
तभी गलत है
ब्रो ये स्टेज वाला ही है
नहीं यार ये बिल्कुल ठीक है आमी चीनी गो चीनी तुम्हारे ओ गो विदेशिनी तुमी थाको सिंधु पार तुमी थाको सिंधु पार तुमी थाको सिंधु तुमी थाको सिंधु पार तुमी थाको सिंधु पार ओ गो विदेशिनी ओ गो विदेशिनी ओ गो विदेशिनी नहीं यार
you want me to play ukulele
that's very good idea यार
ये करके देखिए
but यार let me get the chord that's very bad
मुझे बुरा लग रहा है अब
I should leave it here only actually. Oh go Videshini. I think I should leave it there. I'm just trying to get another chord in. Maybe that's where it's going wrong. उन्होंने किसी भी नहीं बनाया था हारमोनियम तानपुरा में बनाया हुआ है यार. We are trying to make it modern, you know.
तब तो हारमोनियम भी नहीं होगा.
नहीं हारमोनियम
होगा.
मतलब वो लगते बूढ़े हैं बट इतने भी नहीं थे. चलो आप करते हैं आप क्या करेंगे. सो आई वांट टू टेल यू दिस स्टोरी. सो हम लोग कॉलेज कॉम्पिटिशन्स में जाते थे तो वहाँ पे वी यूज्ड टू हैव अ कीबोर्ड प्लेयर जो कि बहुत थोड़ा सा हिला हुआ कीबोर्ड प्लेयर था. तो सो अब मैं तो नहीं, somebody else went on stage to sing a song. Na 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 Cotton Eye Joe. So whatever, there was a song called Cotton Eye Joe. So this guy had to just trigger it from the keyboard, and he could go and start singing. So he goes and there was I remember this Sardar boy, Sardar boy goes, "Hey guys, how are you? I'm going to do this song called Cotton Eye Joe." So ये एक और मैं बताऊंगा इसका instance. I'm going to do this song called Cotton Eye Joe. So So this guy goes and he presses this thing. It is some other song which is not Cotton Eye Joe. So this guy says, "Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Hey, I'm going to start again, okay?" And that idiot again put the wrong song. This happened with Shan many years later. And Shan is playing, we were playing concert together, and it's a huge one. That time he used to play with -1s. So he says, I'm going to play this song, sing this song for you, कि दिल क्या करे जब किसी को किसी से प्यार हो जाए. Again, जो जिसने लगाना था CD वो उसने, I think he put the CD of दिल ले गई कुड़ी गुजरात दी or some shit he put. So he put, and this guy just standing over there smiling. And Shan has got a beautiful smile. He's smiling. This is, देखिए गलती हो गई. फिर से करते हैं. That guy again put the same song. ये मेरे साथ भी वैसा ही हुआ आज. Let's try it. So this is a song that
your favorite,
my favorite song of all time, and Kobi Guru Rabindranath Tagore. Ami chini go chini tomare o go bideshini. Ami chini go chini tomare o go bideshini. তুমি থাকো সিন্ধু পারে, তুমি থাকো সিন্ধু পারে, ও গো বিদেশিনী, ও গো বিদেশিনী। আমি চিনি গো চিনি তোমারে, ও গো বিদেশিনী। আমি চিনি গো চিনি তোমারে, ও গো বিদেশিনী। তুমি থাকো সিন্ধু পারে, তুমি থাকো সিন্ধু পারে, ও গো বিদেশিনী, ও গো বিদেশিনী। Got it.
Wow. Wow. Rabindranath Tagore or Rabindranath Tagore, whatever you want to call him, will be so proud to listen to this version
Thakur, always Thakur. Always Thakur. What he made, what he created, what he composed, I don't think anyone can match it forever. Forever. What a man, What a man. Something else.
और कुछ बोलिए ना रविन्द्रनाथ ठाकुर के बारे में, मतलब ये सुन के अच्छा लगता है बिकॉज वेरी सेल्डम यू सी पीपल प्रेजिंग अबाउट हिज वर्क नाउ. आज के डेट में बहुत सारे लोग भूलते जा रहे हैं उस एक लोकगीति को. सबके वो गाना किसी एक का नहीं, वो सबका गाना है.
अपने रूट्स को नहीं भूलना चाहिए. You should not. Whatever we are doing now is because of whatever these people did. ये ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि मैं पैदा हुआ मुझे सब कुछ पता था. तो अगर आप if you see all the pictures around me also, there are people, the teachers, the mentors who have taught me, and I'm grateful. I'll always be grateful. I don't know anything. Whatever I've learned because of them. Whether it is Elvis Presley or Rabindranath Tagore or R.D. Varman or Kishore Kumar or all the bands, I've learned from them. That humility should stay. If a person says that all this is because of me and क्या फर्क पड़ता है कि पीछे क्या हो गया, वो बेवकूफ है. So I would say that I think we all should be careful about the legends and give. एक तो आजकल the word legend is used very easily. सबके सब legend हो गए. But जो actual legend है, उनको तो we should give our tribute all the time.
On that note, I'll end this interview by dedicating a Elvis Presley song to you. That a wise man once said that only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aabir.
For being a part of this podcast.
Thank you, Aabir. Thank you for making me a part of it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Guys, stay mahfoos, all of you. God bless you. Thank you.